Horace Mann Daily Challenge number 13. Hello and welcome to Daily Challenge number 13. We're going to warm up today using this die. Each side has a different way that we can move. Today's challenge is going to be a stretching challenge, a little bit easier physically, but we still need to make sure that we stretch and we do it correctly. So, side sliding, the dice rolled a side slide. So let's just do that right now. Let's move on. Now we have jumping and landing. Little jumps, little hops. Two-footed. Remember, this is the warm-up, so we don't need to go maximum, but we certainly do need to make sure we keep on moving. Gallop. Oh, another side slide actually. Doing another side slide. Changing directions. What have we got now? Oh, that's not good. We've got the same thing again. Let's have a go at a different one. This one is one-footed hop. Using one side. Change over to the other side. Now we're getting our horsey. Going to do some gallops. Gallop, gallop, gallop. Yeehaw. Make sure that your area is completely clear so you can move and be safe while doing it. Let's roll again. Oh, we've landed on something we've already had. Let's try something again. And again. God, Mr. Clasby, you're cheating so much. It's because he wanted to do skips, you see. Nice easy skips. Keep moving. Warm-up doesn't have to be as intense today because we're going to be stretching our muscles. But when we do stretch our muscles, it's really important that they are warm. Because if they're not warm, okay, running on the spot. If they're not warm, what happens is that it's like a piece of chewing gum. The more you chew the chewing gum, the softer it gets, the more stretchy it gets. If you have cold chewing gum, it's hard and it's hard to stretch. So we need to warm up our muscles because they're like chewing gum. We need to stretch them. So we need to warm them up. One-footed hop again. That means we need to raise the core body temperature of the muscle so that we can stretch it properly and get the best out of it. There we go. Okay, so now we're into the stretching area. We're going to start to stretch. So, each stretch we're going to hold between 10 and 20 seconds. The first one is a calf stretch. So the way we do this, we step forwards with one foot, we bend the front leg, we straighten the back leg, and the calf is the large muscle that is at the bottom of the leg, at the back. We want to make sure that we are putting our heel down as much as possible, and then we should feel a little bit of discomfort in the back of that calf, in the belly of the calf. What we don't want to do is we don't want to have pain, and we certainly don't want to have any shooting pains in that area. But we certainly want to put it under a little bit of discomfort so we can stretch it. Right, moving on to hamstrings. Let's make sure that the front leg is straight and the back leg is bent. And we are stretching the back of the upper leg. That is where the hamstring is. Change over, stick your bum out the back, straight front leg, bent back leg. You should be able to feel it in the straight leg at the top. Remember, it shouldn't be painful. It should be a little bit of discomfort. Now, shaking off. Next exercise or next stretch is the quads, the quadriceps. Now, the quadriceps is a bunch of muscles. So guess what? There's 4. Quad means 4. So let's make sure one knee is next to the other. We shouldn't be waving around like this. If you need to hold a chair, you can. If you need to hold the wall, you can. Grab the foot with the hand. Push your hips forward as you do this. You should be able to feel it in the front of the thigh. the upper part of the leg. Now I'm going to try and do this balancing now. So it's a little bit more difficult. I might need to do a little hop to get myself settled. There I am, nice and settled. Make sure one knee is close to the other one and that you are pulling. This is my knee that I've had an operation on, so I can't bend it as far, but I still can stretch the quadriceps. Okay, the hip flexor. The hip flexor makes your knee come up. It flexes your knee, or it flexes your hip, sorry, and brings your knee up towards your chest. So what we want to do is step forwards, bent front knee, straight back knee, and this time we want to really push our hips forwards, and we should be able to feel it in the groin area, which is the inside and the front of the hip. And then I do it again. Should be able to feel it on the inside and the front of the hip. Push those hips forward. You've worked really hard over the last few days, so it's really important that we stretch nicely, that we give ourselves a day of rest of that intense amount of exercise, and then we can get back to it tomorrow. Shake off. Let's have a go at side stretching now. Standing up nice and tall, then leaning down sideways. You should feel it on the side of your waist. You can bring your hand over to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. Don't forget to breathe as you're doing these exercises. These stretches really important. And then come up, then bring over the other arm, stretch the other side. We always want to stretch both sides, because if we don't stretch both, we might create an imbalance, and we don't want to have an imbalance in our muscles. Breathing in and breathing out as you're doing this. You should feel a slight discomfort in the side of your belly. Shoulder stretch. So you're going to arch, hollow out your chest, kind of arch your shoulders, push forwards. Should be able to feel it between your shoulder blades here. Hold this position. Shake out. Now have a go at a chest stretch. Puff your chest up, push it out the back. Try and bring your elbows as close to they can behind you. This really stretches the pectoral muscles, which are the chest muscles. Shake out. Let's have a go at the tricep. That's the other side to the bicep. I want to bring it up over the back of our head, hold the elbow and pull the elbow towards the back. You should be able to feel it on the upper part of the arm. Once you've done it, shake out, change over, do the other side. Arm up, down the back, hold the elbow, pull the elbow towards the back of your head. Fantastic job. Keep going. Should be able to feel it right on that upper part of the back of the arm. Right, we need to help our neck and make sure that we've got balance in our neck. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look over one shoulder. As far over one shoulder as possible. Keep on breathing. And then we want to change over to the other side. Look the other way. You might find that one shoulder is a little bit tighter than the other, but it's important that we stretch both sides. Get full range of motion. Look down. And look up. That's a great job. That's our first round of stretching. We're going to have another round coming straight up now. Shake out and get ready. Here we go for round two. We're going to have a go with the calves. Bend front knee, straight back knee. Lean forwards, try and get your heel down. You should be able to feel it in that lower part of the leg at the back, the calf area. Calf is made up of many different muscles, but we call it the calf as a whole. A calf is a young cow. It's a baby cow. Change over. Make sure you're stretching both sides. I'm going to show you a different angle from behind, what we're looking for. Toes, knees, hips are all in line, if you can see that. Hamstring stretch, that's the upper back of the leg. Push your hips out the back, one bent knee, straight leg with the hamstring that you're stretching. You might feel a little bit of pressure behind the knee when you do this, but as long as it's not hurting, you're okay. Change over to the other side, lean forwards. You should be able to feel it in the hamstrings at the back. Remember to keep breathing as you do this. Shake it out. Let's move on to the next stretch, which is the quadriceps. Make sure that the knee is next to the other knee, that you're pushing your hips forward. If you need to balance, you can do that by holding something. Pull the foot up to the bum. Change over. I'm being very brave here, trying to balance and do this at the same time. You'll see that my knee is not particularly in line with the rest of the body. It needs to come in a little bit more. Maybe that's something that you can do at home. Shake out. That knee there was the knee that I've injured in the past. Hip flexors. So as you're running, you bring your knee up. This is what helps flex that part of your body when you are running. We need to make sure we stretch it off because sometimes it gets tight. So bring your hips forwards, bend your front knee, straighten your back knee, and lean forwards with your hip. Keep your shoulders nice and high. Look up, standing up straight. Breathing still. Good job. Shake it out. Now we're on to side bends. Helps the side muscles, the midsection. Everything's connected in your body, upper, lower, and middle part of your body. And because of that, it's really important that we stretch from low to high or high to low, and that we stretch all parts of our body. This is one area which is not normally stretched, so it's good that we're having an opportunity today to give it a go. Use that arm over the top to give you a little bit extra weight to help the abdominals relax and stretch. Shoulders, push out between the shoulder blades. You want to stretch out all those little muscles that are between the shoulder blades. One hand on top of the other and push as far hard as you can forwards. Should be able to feel it between those shoulder blades. If we do the shoulder blades, we need to do the chest. Puff your chest out, bring your elbows behind you, hands on hips. Try and bring those elbows together as far as you can. Should be able to feel it in the top of the chest there. Triceps. One arm up. Pull down. Should be able to feel it in that top part of the arm. Keep on breathing. As I said, today is a lighter day. Nice, easy day. A good day to reflect on what we've done and what we've achieved over the last few challenges. And we can look forward to tomorrow's challenge being a little bit harder and getting us back with that physical side. Okay, we're on to the neck now. Look over one shoulder. You should never really rotate your neck. You should always keep it looking over one shoulder or the other. You shouldn't be rotating it, doing circles. Not particularly great for the neck if you do that. Looking down. And looking up. as we come to the end of today's challenge, I wanted to say well done and thank you for being part of it. Good job, and I'll see you next time.